Today on the podcast, we have Orlando Pride and Zambian striker Barbra Banda. Barbra has made an instant impact in the NWSL since joining the Pride earlier this year, scoring 13 regular season goals and leading her team to their first ever NWSL Shield. She also just scored a brace last weekend to help send Orlando to the semifinals, where they will face Kansas City Current this Sunday. Barbra, welcome to the women's game.
Thank you very much.
I am so excited to chat with you. So I wanted to start all the way back at the beginning of your soccer career. I read that you started playing football with boys from a very young age, and actually that your parents weren't happy about it. So I was wondering if you could talk to us about your experience playing football as a young girl in Zambia.
As for me, my experience has never been easy. I went through a lot of obstacles, struggles with my career. Yeah, so actually, initially in Zambia, way back, I think parents were not in support of women's to be playing soccer. So it was a challenge and so difficult for me. But I loved doing sport in school. So my mom really wanted me to pay much attention in school. But while I was trying to balance myself, school and soccer, which really helped me. So I think by now, a lot of things have changed. Now women's football in Africa is being recognized in Zambia. Seeing a lot of young girls and boys coming up, so getting inspired. So I'm very happy for that, and I'm very excited that I'm there. I'm someone's icon. I'm someone's people are looking up to there back home in Zambia. So very good for myself.
Oh my gosh, definitely. It's been so incredible to watch you have such success, especially this season here in America. I'm wondering, knowing that it was difficult for you early on and knowing that your parents weren't initially excited about you playing, how did you learn the game? How did you gain so much skill as a young player, even though it was difficult for you to kind of access that freedom to play?
Yeah, it was very difficult, but I think determination and hard working of what I really wanted to do most really helped me because I would say it was always a fight with my mom. Once I sneak out to go and play soccer, then my worry to be how am I going to get back home when it's too late already. So it was a challenge for me, but definitely I tried to push on those areas, and my dad also played a part. Like he really helped me. Like he used to encourage me to do what I love doing mostly, although it was a challenge for him because most of the time my mom would be on my neck, so it was difficult. But I tried my best, and here I am now, achieving my goals and doing like learning more skills. Like it's the passion that I have now. I'm happy about it, and she's excited about it. She's now my number one fan. Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. Has she been to Orlando to see you play?
Yeah, not yet, but I'm trying to arrange something for her by next year so that she can come.
Oh, good. That's amazing. You mentioned that determination is one of the things that enabled you to keep pushing to play. Why soccer? What did you love about it that allowed you to be so determined and so committed to trying to play?
I think my growing up, I've always like watching soccer. So I tried different sport, like talking of boxing, but I was so good in boxing, but it reached the time that I just had to choose where my passion is more. You get, so I decided to go with football because even before boxing, I started with football, and I loved doing soccer when I was very young. So, and my dad used to, encourage me, and I used to tag along with him. We used to play social football with, so that's where the most inspiration came from.
Yeah, I understand that soccer was a big part of my family too, and I remember it was just always my favorite sport. I played basketball a little bit too, but something about soccer just always brought me back to it, and there was never really any question which sport I would choose. But you did mention boxing, and I need to ask you about that. You've actually had 5 professional boxing bouts, and you won all 5 before you changed your focus to football. Tell us a little bit more about boxing, what it was like for you to compete in that sport.
Yeah, not necessarily that it was much part of me, but it's something that I just wanted to try around while I was doing my soccer because I felt like when I'm having trainings with boxing, I get more fit. Like, boxing has a very difficult physical, so it was just part of it. But I think one of my coaches, he was so much interested in the way I was training. Then he was like, no, you can try out this, we can give you a fight. Or that was amateur. So I tried to fight amateur boxing. Then I was so good at it. Then the coach was like, you can just continue, you can be fighting. I tried to fight some amateur fights, maybe a couple of them. Then it reached the point whereby in amateur now, my opponent started refusing to fight with me to say, no, no. Then I stayed like some months without fighting. Then one of the company, it's called Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotion in Zambia. It's a very big company, stable for boxing. That's how they got interested. And then they were like, no, we can make you turn professional, and then you start fighting professional. That's how my interest also came in. But I was still combining my football. I never stopped playing football by then. So I was balancing the two now.
Right.
Yeah.
Was boxing like scary? I mean, soccer is such a team sport. You have other people out there. It's not one on one. Were you ever nervous or scared getting into the ring to fight somebody else?
Yeah, definitely. But I think I took off my fear when I was fighting amateur because, amateur, we used to fight like every weekend. You need to have a fight. So I went into profession with that courage, because I've been fighting way back with the amateur boxers. So yeah, I think even the encouragement that I used to get from the coach, it was so inspiring that, you can do it, you're good enough. So I was good to go and pick up the challenge.
Wow. I'm like so amazed by the boxing. I think that is so cool. You mentioned that boxing helped with your fitness a lot. I'm wondering if there's anything else you've taken from boxing into your soccer.
Nothing much I can say. It's all about fitness because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I feel when I'm in the gym, like practicing boxing, I get more fit than just any other trainings,
Yeah.
because it's always hard.
Okay, I want to talk a lot about the Orlando Pride and the playoffs that you're in right now. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about your national team experience with Zambia. So, at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, you captained your country as your team played at the Olympics for the first time. And then at that same Olympics, you became the first woman to score back to back hat tricks in an Olympics against China and the Netherlands. So, first of all, what was it like for you to represent and lead Zambia at such a huge international tournament like the Olympics for the first time?
Yeah. Firstly, I appreciate. I appreciate for the national team, for me to be there to put on that Zambian jersey. It means a lot for me to represent my country at that big stage. Yeah, so it was a very great experience for us as a team, being the first time competing at that higher level of football. So I think we did our best, but all matters is levels. Zambia is just coming up. We are growing just now, but I think we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of young girls that are coming up, fitting in the team very well. With good skills.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've been struggling with our women's football, but at the moment now, I think we've improved in so many ways because the courage that the girls are having, everyone now, a couple of number of our players are playing abroad, so when we come together, we are coming up with something very good, like to build the team together. So I think by now we are trying our level best to maintain our national team and to represent our country at Raj.
Yeah, it's funny. I recently spoke to your Zambian teammate, Rachel Kundananji, and she spoke so similarly and so highly about the Zambian national team, how far you've come in such a short time, and how much potential some of the players, obviously yourselves included, have on your Zambian team. What ambitions do you think your national team can have over the next few years? Like, how far do you think this team can go?
Well, I think this team has a bright future. More as long as if we have good equipment and good management.
Hmm.
Uh, in the next 2 3 years, you will see a different Zambia because I'm telling you, there is very good quality of players. We have talent with the young girls. They are so good. They are coming up so well.
It's so amazing that they have such role models in you and Rachel Kundunanji and your Orlando Pride teammate Grace Chanda. All three of you are playing here in the NWSL. What's your relationship with them like, your other Zambian teammates in the NWSL? And what does it mean to you to see Zambians playing at this level around the world?
Well, it's so exciting to see my fellow Zambians like doing good. Yeah, it means a lot to me, and we've always have good communication, like good relationship. Talking of Grace Chanda, we've come a long way with her since when we were U17. That's how we started our career with her. So
Oh,
we've been
wow.
together for a long time. Yeah, we played together for the U17. That was in 2014 World Cup in Costa Rica. Yeah. So I think we've built a very good relationship. Even Kundananji coming in of Kundananji, we always in touch with her, because we don't want to lose that connection. Whether we get back to our national team, we're still connected. So we are always talking. We have a good relationship with each other. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's amazing to see the growth of your national team. In March of this year, you joined the Orlando Pride from Chinese Women's Super League side Shanghai Shangli. When you were approached with the idea of coming to America to play, what was it about Orlando that made you excited and made you want to come play here?
Well, I think by just the time I received the phone call from my agent, it was so exciting when he was telling me about it, about everything about Orlando. Then just right there after the call, I went to check on my laptop. I started following Orlando. Yeah, I was like, okay. I was so interested, and the way I saw the team, because I came here late when the league already started. So I watched I think 2 games when I was still in China. I was happy with the team and the way they were playing. So I was trying to figure it out myself. And I go, how am I going to fit in the team? So I had to pay attention when they were playing the first
Yeah.
game and the second game. Yeah. So it was so interesting. And I picked it up from there because I really wanted to have a different challenge in football. I've played in Spain, China, so I felt like, okay, I want to try something new. That's how I had to make my mind and come to Orlando.
Yeah. Well, I have to just say, Orlando has been so lucky to have you. You got off to such an incredible start in the league. You scored 12 goals in your first 12 NWSL games for the Pride. And scoring a goal a game, I feel, especially in a league as competitive and difficult as the NWSL, is something that so few players have been able to do. Did scoring goals that frequently feel difficult, or were you just like doing what you do best, doing your job out there?
Yeah, I think I came here with one mind, and I came here to do what I love doing mostly. So I think it's a passion for me, and I love schooling. So I came here with good intentions of. I was so excited with the team. So I think even the approach of the team when I came here, everything was okay. I came in to fit in the team so well as quick as possible. So which a lot of people were thinking it might be very difficult for me, but yeah, I feel the team during our training sessions and everything, the way we carry ourselves is so great, whereby I fit in so well. It was so easy for me to fit in the team as soon as possible and to get uh, how they want me to play.
Mm-hmm.
When you quite alright, yeah, it's different the way I used to play in China, and when I come in here, I have to fit in the team to adapt to the kind of football that they are playing. So it was as quick as that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so quick, and Orlando has had such success. I feel in my experience, earlier in my career, I had gone to go play for Man City, and I was nervous about the adjustment because I didn't really know very many of the girls. It was a new atmosphere for me, a new training environment, but I found that I fit in really well, and I think the reason it translated on the field so quickly was because socially I felt so comfortable around the girls. They were so welcoming, and I started getting along with people really quickly. So I'm curious if you credit your quick transition into the team. Was socially, was that really helpful for you?
Yeah, exactly. Like once you've joined a team and the teammates, the management, everybody makes you feel at home, then
Yeah.
definitely you fit in as quick as possible. So Orlando is a team where everybody wants to see your success. They keep on encouraging you during practice. It's so funny. Everyone is happy with you. So that really helped me so much. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That makes me really happy to hear. Well, you've also had the opportunity to play with one of the legends of the game, Marta. And I read you said in an interview that it has been a dream come true for you to play with her. So, what has that experience been like? What have you learned from Marta? What is she like as a teammate?
Well, honestly, I've learned a lot and I'm still learning. It's like each and every day I'm learning something different from her. She is really a regent and she's a very good person. The way she approaches me, the way she wants me to up my game, that's so amazing. It's absolutely good. Like, I really appreciate, like, to have her, like, she's been my idol. Like, I've been looking up to her since I was young and now playing alongside her. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I just have to to believe myself, and it's my
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I've really wished for this, and the person that I've been looking up to now, she's just close to me, so I have to take advantage of that and learn more from her.
Yeah, I something from watching Marta this season from the outside, it feels like she can will your team to win. And it felt in this big moment in the quarterfinal, you scored 2 goals, Marta scored a goal, and it felt like Orlando just had this really strong competitive edge and will to win. Do you think that's something that you get from Marta? Is that something your team really relies on?
Yeah, exactly. Because all the achievement we are having is sourced that from practice. The relationship that we are building from practice. With each and everyone, the way we are connecting. At the end of the day, we get to get good results.
Yeah. Well, so the thing you've been so great at this season, you've been so great at everything, but when you get played in behind or when you're carrying the ball yourself into the box to generate your own shot, when you find yourself running towards goal, dribbling or chasing down a ball and you're going full speed, do you ever have thoughts going through your mind? Can you share with us what you're feeling in that moment right before you're about to shoot and score?
Yeah, definitely. As a striker, a lot gets to your head when you're having the ball. But I think one of my mentalities when I have the ball, I just have to face the defender because I know defenders are those people that they don't want to be faced by a striker. So I take advantage of that and I try. Even if I make a mistake, I try. My teammate will keep on encouraging me to say, "Yeah, you can go on, you can go on, you can go on." So that morale that they gave me keeps me moving. It keeps me moving. Once I have the ball, what I think of is okay. When I'm not in the right position, then I know my teammates are there. I have to pass to my teammates. When I have a good opportunity, then I can take a shot. Then I have to do that.
Yeah. It honestly, what you just said reminded me of what you said about boxing. Like, you're kind of in this one on one situation, but you have your team or your coaches motivating you and urging you to keep going. And I thought that was really interesting to kind of hear a similarity between taking on a defender one on one and boxing.
Yeah, it's just one and the same, but boxing is just that it's an individual sport. But football, you need your friends, right? You need your friends.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
do.
it's way different. Yeah, yeah. Also, you go there, it's an individual. You do your own skills there. You're on your own. But as a team, you need to defend as a team. You need to attack as a
Right.
team. So, yeah.
Right. For sure. Do you have a favorite goal that you've scored this season? And could you maybe talk us through what you remember about it?
Wow. Looking at goals, I think I've scored kind of different goals, but most of my goals came from my head. So I feel which one? I have maybe two that I really love. The one I scored,
Okay.
yeah, the one I scored against Kansas City, and the other one,
I know there's a lot to think of.
yeah, they are so difficult for me. I think one also it's one of the header that I scored at home. Yeah, I just don't remember which one, but
Okay. Can you talk us through what you remember about the goal against Kansas City?
well, it was a tough game. It was a tough game. Like it was transition after transition. So I think had to took a shot. Then it went into a keeper. Then I had just to finish. It was so easy for me. Yeah, it was just a finish.
Yeah, do you think that goal was special because the game was so intense?
Yeah, it was because I think that goal that I made, it encourages everybody to say, "Ah, okay, we are there. We need to, when the game
Yeah.
is bad, it's tough. Then no goals are coming up. Then once you put the goal, you put the team on the read, everybody's bodies get up. Yeah,
Yeah.
more especially that we are away. So it was very good for us, and we won that game. It was so good for us to get the points at away.
Yeah, it was like a big moment for your team, so it meant a lot to you. Yeah. So here you are, you're playing as a star goal scorer in America. You are a finalist for the Ballon d'Or, which is the most prestigious football award in the world. What do you think your younger self would think of you now? Like, did you ever imagine that this is what your life would be?
Honestly, I've been always thinking outside the box because I think and I feel myself I want to be the greatest footballer. So all these I've been following up all those big players that gets to win the Ballon d'Or and everything. I always told myself to say, okay, one day it's gonna be me. So for that nomination, for me it was a very great achievement for me. But I still have to work more hard so that one day now it will be my time to get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's inevitable, Barbara. This is my last question for you. So coming up this weekend, there's a huge game. Your Orlando Pride team is taking on the Kansas City Current in the NWSL playoff semifinal on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You mentioned this game, I believe, when Orlando beat Kansas City 2-1. And then the second time you guys played, you tied 0-0. So it's been a pretty highly contested rivalry this season between the two clubs. One of the big storylines is a big matchup between the two top scorers of the regular season. That's yourself and Kansas City striker Temwa Chewinga. So what are you most excited for about this semifinal you have coming up this weekend?
Well, it's so exciting, and for the fact that we are playing at home with our fans, the stadium, so uh, it's a plus for us. It will be a very tight game for us, and I'm sure the way we are preparing now, it's very good. The morale with the players is so good. What I can say is that we are looking forward for to play against them. We've played against them before, so we still want to play against them. It will be our home ground, so uh, I personally myself, I'm so excited about it. And looking at the previous game we played, it was tight. It was 0-0. So I think in this game we must have some goals. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think we are all hoping for lots of goals in this game. This has been so much fun talking to you and getting to know you. So thank you for joining me here and good luck this weekend against Kansas City. We can't wait to watch. We're hoping for lots of goals.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Barbara. This was so great. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.